People of class, welcome to today's review. Today, I will be reviewing Spider-Man 2's Miles Morales in his 2099 suit. So, main reason I got him is that he is a Spider-Man, firstly with pants. I don't know why that really clicked with me, but it did. The other reason why is that I wanted someone to go with my Venom from the same line. The other reason I got him is because I like Miles Morales, but every time I see him in his regular suit, I just can't. It's again, like the only reason why I got this dude is because he's my first Spider-Man, and you know, I'm kind of good. One thing I have to say first is that in the ranking system of the Spider-Man and Woman that I do have, I of course have to say Silk is first because of just the amount of articulation, or let's say the range of motion, the amount of stuff that she comes with. And yes, I know she is a high-priced figure that you had to get in a 2-pack, so of course there's a little bias there, but other than that, in comparison to No Way Home Spider-Man that only comes with whipping hands and grabbing hands, in comparison to the new guy who comes with whipping hands, wall crawling hands, and fists, like both of these beat him in one way or another, where she beats him in everything that she comes with, range of motion, articulation. He beats him in the ball joints. He beats them in just... Before we get into what he comes with, I want to go over looks first, and I have to say, if you were to get this guy, I say prioritize the looks because he is fantastic. Again, that is the main reason that I got this dude. Even his back is just stunning. It is like the Venom. As soon as you move him, more and more detail comes, and maybe that's just the whole point of this line, but it is absolutely stunning. It goes all the way around his body. I mean, of course the articulation points cut it up, but even if you don't focus on that or worry about that, it is just outstanding molding, outstanding coloring. Like, okay, if you look at the non-tan parts, of course, like up here the paint, it looks kind of faded. It doesn't look that strong, and then up here it is obviously just one sheen of color, and then you got something underneath there. It's not really the best, but meh, I mean, I'm fine with it. If I really wanted this guy to look good and pop, I would paint him anyways. And just as he is here, he looks more like a stealth Spider-Man. I don't know the story of Miles Morales 2029, but I do have to say that I love these gauntlets. I love the armor pieces. Again, I love the pants, and the pants don't really get in the way of articulation that much. Things I get into the way of articulation is just how he's made. There's nothing I can really say to explain it other than that. And also, detail on the head. I love the 3 little sensors up top, and then the 4 sets of eyes on each side. There's no mouth. I love smooth heads like this. Again, that is why one of my favorite head sculpts is a Venom head sculpt. It's just smooth, or in this case with Venom Knight, how it comes to a point but there's no mouth. I just really like that feature. And then going into the hands, I have to say that these are some of the most beautifully detailed hands I've ever seen from Marvel Legends. I know it's like I'm very limited, but from playing with my dads for a little bit in comparison to these, I have to say that I am very happy that I snagged this guy just kind of on a whim. No real want, no real desire. It was like, oh wow, that's a cool Miles Morales. I'm probably one of the only ones I'll get because, again, I'm not that big a fan on too many of his suits. And then the one weird thing that we get are these 2 web effects. I'm not the biggest fan of them. I mean, I get it and I'm happy that they put them in. I'm just confused on how others in this line have the whole web, but then they don't have this. So it's like, you either get the web effect or you get the web. So, The other beautiful thing, I think this is just a Marvel Legends thing, but swapping out the hands. So I'm gonna be a little careful with them because I've been swapping them out a lot. I feel like it's causing a lot of stress on the wrist joint, not the peg. So I highly advise just be careful with it, but taking them out, putting them in, not a problem. They all look great, especially the wall crawling hands as I was showing in my shorts. They each have their features. They each shine. They each... I don't know. There's something just different about these ones. Maybe they have been included in others. Maybe they haven't. Other Spider-Man figures, I should say. But just how he is like literally gripping the wall, making his fingers flex and bend at different joints is just beautiful. There's nothing I can really say I want more other than for more Spider-Man figures to have this. And going into Articulation, it is great. I mean, that's one thing I have to say about most Spider-Man figures. Not all. I know that there are some flunks, especially the head. You can get some amazing up and down range with it. Of course, going around 360, not a single problem. There is, okay, I guess the problem is there's a tad bit of tilt, like literally a touch, which, it sucks, but oh well, I'm fine with it. And then the butterfly joint, it's weird. This one moves back way more than forward. You can get to him going down pose a lot better than anything with him bringing his arms forward, which does suck in this, but it's alright. And then the shoulders, you can go around without a problem, and they are actually slightly racked, which is very good to feel. Going up, just like Venom, amazingly. Bicep swivel, firm, not too tight, not too loose, slight ratchet, so great to feel. The armband, of course, in beautiful fashion, not a problem, with more than enough range for a bigger bicep if they so pleased, or if you so pleased, if you can somehow mold this. Also want to say detail on the undershirt or whatever that is under the armor is great. I love the wrinkling. Weakest part for me is the ab crunch. The back bend is a lot better. This Spider-Man, or maybe this line, I should say, is definitely more for a flying pose Spider-Man. Nothing like he's gonna clap, like he's gonna grab. It's more for a couple of poses, but not like McFarlane poses where he's stuck in a pose and it's just good luck. No, it's not one of those. And then you can get a full 360. I don't really want to because it seems like the pockets, they kind of, I mean, they rub a slight bit, so it's like I just don't want the damage in a way. And then the legs going up, sad part. I mean, really sad part, but I get it. It's for the mold. You can't really do too much about it, so it's fine. He can't do his splits, which is also a very interesting decision sight about him, which is like, okay, at least it's ratcheted. Once you go up top, it stays there. Once you go forward, it stays there. Once you move it around, it's a firm enough joint, so I'll take it. And then thigh swivel, firm again. I'm saying this because most of the figures I have in my collection are unfortunately loose, so it brightens my day when this happens. Then with the knee bend, very tight. It seems like it is ratcheted at some points, so right about here, about almost where it's completes it's ratcheted. At the, I would say halfway extended, it's ratcheted, and then when it is fully straightened out, it is ratcheted. So you got 3 ratchets in top joint, then you got 1, 2, 3. So 3 in both. Okay, so it is pretty much, you bend it a little bit, you get a ratchet halfway or almost to completion, then completion get ratchet. So 6 ratchets in both knees, amazing. And again, they feel really firm. They can hold his weight. One beautiful thing, other than the shoes, I really adore the simplicity and beauty that these are just shoes with socks. I love it. I love the tab and at the back, man. It's just, I love toys with these little things. It has ankle rotation. Just look at that. That's cool. Not a lot of Spider-Man have that. I mean, for obvious reasons, you're freaking breaking your dang ankle when you do that, but I love that it doesn't hinder anything, because that is the point of the, I just realized that this foot is backwards. And also there is the range of motion on the foot. You can go up a whole bunch, you can go back, I mean even more. You can twist it all the way. Not a problem with the feet. Not a single problem at all. Also the bottom of the shoes, nothing special other than the legalese, but I mean, this guy basically, as I was saying in my short to one guy who asked if it was a good pickup, it's a good pickup if you want a good, I mean, at this point, a beyond the basic Spider-Man. A good basic Spider-Man in today's standards is one based off of this body with giant butterfly joints. I would say a better ab crunch and more of a candy like plasticky feel. This guy, I feel like if you want more of a sturdy, strong, independent Spider-Man to get this guy. And speaking about the No Way Home Spider-Man, so the reason why I say that this dude has a little bit better is one, because he has grabby hands, but then because this guy doesn't have a web effect. Oh well. The reason why he is better is just because the butterfly joint to the front and back both are maximized, but of course, because this is a more simpler design, while this one has a armor plate. So of course it's gonna be, okay, you have a dude in bodysuit versus a dude in armor. How are we gonna work with this? And we unfortunately lose a bit of forward mobility for that, which, I mean, I'm okay with it. If I'm really being realistic, his arms should be back like that, so it's more of a natural pose, but I like it just like this because it seems like he's ready to pounce, but that's just me. And for what I have to say, Silk is better in is everything other than the ab crunch. And also, this is my first female figure, so I'm kind of like, okay, maybe they just made the females better pose because, you know, they're a smaller frame. Of course, females are stronger in the lower body while men are stronger in the upper body. So it's like, I get why you had to sacrifice some things and then give them to the woman figures, while you had to sacrifice some things to give them to the male figures. So, I mean, to each your own, but then again, I do have to say that Silk is a representation of one of the best Spider-Man. That is, if you got the double pack, a good representation of price and quantity with quality. I mean, her quality from the two head sculpts, the multiple hands, that's the reason why I saw this one on. The posability and the painting, especially in comparison to her old models, are just outstanding. She outranks them in every way. And then you get to new ones where it's more of a, it seems like this really is just for collectors, while this one is more for the guys and girls that are really deep into Marvel Legends, or the Marvel Universe, I should say, because Silk isn't that prominently in the main Spider Universe unless you read the comics. But that's gonna be it for my Spider-Man 2099 Miles Morales suit version. I have to say that again, if you want a basic Spider-Man with great posability but is more for, let's say, backwards flying down poses, I really recommend them. If you are just new into the line like me, or you have experience by seeing it from other people, I highly recommend it. If you know all the Spider-Man, then you got the infamous black suit Spider-Man. I kind of think that you could pass on this guy. I mean, the new black suit one that's coming in, I don't even recommend him because he doesn't have ball joints. Just get him like this guy if you love duels. But anyways, that's gonna be it for me, so thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. God bless. Peace.